Okay, yeah, this is Megalogviewer right here. So anytime you data log something and you want to open it up, you're gonna open it up in Megalogviewer, and it allows you to see what's going on in not real time, but as a recording that you could replay type of thing. It lets you see what's going on with different information. Now, all the information that you can see is listed down here. Right, so you have a lot of information that you can see. Most of it I'm not really going to be looking at right now. You know, I just want to look at the RPM, what the map is doing, the air-fuel ratio, and also the spark table. I'm not concerned about anything else. Now this isn't my tune. This is somebody else's. They were having an issue with it. The motor was just cut out for some reason. Randomly. Now it looks like they probably had more than that because, oh no, they might have been driving right here. Hopefully this isn't an idle, because you can see that they're idling at 2900 RPM. That's kind of weird, but okay. Hopefully he's just cruising, has it in cruise control. You see the P&W for the injectors is 3.3 something. 192 degrees. Car is pretty warm. 32 degrees of advance. Air fuel is 1350. I'm going to assume that he's cruising in like 4th gear or something. But the issue that he was having occurred right around, he said, right around here. So he had a couple of pulls right here where he kind of got on the throttle, and you can see different things happening as I'm going forward, right? You can see different things light up. So that map acceleration enrichment lit up, so that makes see how his P&W is 1 point something, then all of a sudden turn into 3. That's what the map does. That's putting extra fuel in the motor because the map is going higher. But skipping past all that stuff, because it pretty much does the same thing. How I found the problem that he was having in this case was, so he's doing a little slight pull. See how the engine says run, right? It said no. It went from a yes to a no. So when I saw that happen, I immediately knew that he either lost sync or something had happened. Maybe he lost power somehow, and he wasn't, kind of aware what was going on. Now, luckily, the ECU that he has, it logs that as lost sync. So he lost sync 10 times somewhere in the run, but he wanted us to check this out specifically. So boom, lost sync again. It's saying that the lost sync reason was, actually you can see the status went from 137 to 1, saying the lost sync reason was 2. So pretty much he just needs to look at his trigger sensor and find out what's going on with it, because it either is getting some type of noise or something of that nature is happening where it's losing power. So yeah, that's what's going on with that one. Now I'm gonna open up my tune, my data real quick. So I got mine in a different area. I have it in the Tuner Studio projects. The project is called E30 project. I go to data logs. Today is the 3rd, so that's the one I want to look for. It loads it in. this is when the car was started and running. You can see the events, you can see the coolant, you can see the PNW. I want to add some information. I'll add it here. Alright, so I want to see air fuel ratio, not the target. I want to see, yep. So now I got my air fuel ratio right there. That's pretty much everything what I'm going to use. I'm going to use the map, the advanced and air fuel ratio, to find out what's going on with the motor. I don't use pretty much anything besides that. It's pretty much idling. The air fuel is fluctuating. I suspect this is probably because of the way that I have it wired up right now. Everything isn't finalized because my actual air fuel gauge, it was reading 10.9 to 11 the whole time. It wasn't fluctuating like that. So let me keep going. So here we go. So these are some throttle blips right here. This is when I was trying to probably demonstrate the acceleration enrichment. So it should pop up there once you see the map go up and also the RPM go up. Let me see. For this one, it says throttle position, acceleration enrichment. I don't know why, because it's definitely map based. But for the Speeduino, however it logs the data, it just considers everything throttle position. So every time I hit that, then that's what happens. And what I'm looking for what happens to the air fuel ratio when it turns on, right? So it's 15 right there. It goes down to a 12. So I'm pretty cool with it going down to a 12 to an 11 on, you know, initial tipping like that. So that's pretty much what I look for over and over again. That I don't like. It went to 20 AFR. That's basically going to backfire. It kind of depends on where it's happening at. I could zoom out, but in this case I'm not going to. Let me exit out of this. But that's pretty much how I would look at that and see if I need to add more fuel or what I need to do to get that fuel ratio where I want it to be at, you know, during tip-in and acceleration enrichment type stuff going on. So now here, this is probably when I was trying to do the launch control stuff. So you could tell that by the advance. It looked like my advance just went straight through the launch control, so didn't do anything at that time. Let me see. Oh no, that's still tipping stuff. I guess I was hitting the gas. Is this tipping? Oh no. No, I was right. This is the launch control stuff. It's me struggling trying to get it to activate. So this time it did turn on, but the RPMs were climbing the whole time, so it's like, you know, it's not holding my target RPM. So it did come on. Let me see if it affected my PNW. And let me see. You can see I got hard limit right there. I got my map right there. Sync loss. I didn't lose any sync while the motor was running. It was just in the beginning of me trying to start it up. I couldn't start it up at first. Battery voltage, this is probably wrong because of the way I have it wired right now. Boost cut. I'm looking for the soft limiter. That's what I want to look at right now. I don't see it as being listed. So, and this is Speeduino data, so it might not be listed at this time. Maybe when they update the firmware, it'll come with it, or maybe I'm doing something, I'm missing something. I think I changed to, originally I had rolling cut. I changed this to a full cut, and I think this actually held the RPM while I was trying to hold it. And you can see, you literally see the timing jump down to the specified point. The AFR is just doing anything during that time. And it was holding that RPM like it should have been. So the full cut actually holds it. You see it's backing off and going up, but it's pretty much holding that RPM. That's exactly what I wanted to do. So the full cut might be the best thing for me to do. I kind of got out of it because it backfired. I don't like the backfiring stuff because I'm in a neighborhood right now, so I don't like, you know, disturbing people with that. Once I can have the car moving, then I'll go somewhere and then really test that out. Let me see if there's anything else interesting on here. But I mean, this is pretty much what I do. You know, I look at the air fuel ratio. I'll look at the map and I'll look at the RPM. And pretty much if it's not what I like it to be at, then there's some tables over here that represent the VE table, which that allows us to calculate how much fuel we want to put in there. Let's say it's idling and I want it to be a 13, then I'm just going to watch this table. I know it's staying right there. Then I'll just, you know, I'll put a minus right there. Well, okay. So I'll put a minus right there, which that means it'll just decrease it. I'll click that. I'll save the tune, or save tune as, save it somewhere, and then load it to the ECU. And that's pretty much it. You know, you just keep doing that for now. Everything I've done so far has been street tuning. If you do this stuff on a dyno, you could get it done way faster, a lot more effective, a lot more efficient. When it comes to the timing table, you could do a lot more on a dyno, you know. So this is pretty much how that works and what you want to look for when you're trying to get your car tuned for idling and then also for drivability.